Well, the past 2 weeks have been sort of weird. You might know that I recently uploaded Today is Spaceship Day, a short film written by artificial intelligence, which I adapted into a 3D animation. In the days since, the film has blown up, racking in over 1 million hits in less than a week, and this is due in no small part to all of you watching it, sharing it with others, then watching it again, and because of this, it has become one of the biggest videos on my channel. And all of this has helped me get through sort of a creative rough patch that I've been going through recently, so thanks. I suppose it's a testament to my abilities as a writer that out of all of the narrative short films that I've created in my life, this is the one that really means something. Just noticed that somebody added it to my IMDb page. So what do you do when you've made a short film that folks just can't seem to get enough of? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising. Hagrid the Table t-shirts. Ordinary Sounding Words t-shirts. Ordinary Sounding Words coffee mugs. Ordinary Sounding Words phone covers. Buy them all while you still can at the merch store, available for a limited time only. But I went even further than that. I might have told a few of my Patreon supporters that if the film happened to go viral, then I would adapt it again, except this time as a children's read-aloud book. Well, here we are, and here we are. Today is Spaceship Day, a full-color, 48-page children's book. This took way too long to make, and today I'm going to share with you how I did it. So the first step is to plan everything out, and to do that I took a bunch of paper, folded it into a book, and loosely sketched out what I wanted each page to look like. Illustrated books, the good ones, aren't just a collection of screenshots or movie stills. Much like graphic novels, they have their own visual structure and aesthetic. Often you only have a single page to convey everything that's supposed to happen in a scene, and this means figuring out key images that can fit lots of story detail in. Only problem is, the animated movie I made doesn't have a lot of master shots like this, so I needed to figure out how to combine various assets together to both tell the story and entertain readers. The biggest roadblock of writing children's books, at least that I can tell, is that they need to be short, sweet, and memorable. After my first attempt at sketching everything together, I realized that this book was way too big, 60 pages in total. I needed to cut things down, but I didn't want to cut down the story, so that meant consolidating pages and streamlining the overall presentation. I cannot stress enough how important this planning stage is. Much like storyboarding a film, doing this gives you a solid roadmap of the book, and it ensures that you're not going to waste time going down creative rabbit holes of which there is no escape. Before I even touched a computer, I wanted to get this step right. So my second time around sketching things out, I managed to squeeze the story into 48 pages. Still not ideal, but I honestly couldn't consolidate any more and still keep all of the proper story beats. So with this basic blueprint in hand, I could move on to assembly. Full disclosure, I only had about a day and a half to make this thing. While professionals use things like Adobe Illustrator for design and go through a traditional printer or publisher, I needed something that was fast with very little learning curve. I settled on using Blurb, a website that allows you to quickly and easily design, print, and sell illustrated books and magazines. This video isn't sponsored by them. They have no clue who I am. There are lots of print-on-demand sites that have comparable services to this. I just did a quick Google search and their site was the one that happened to pop up first. I downloaded and installed their application, which is a fairly simple and straightforward user interface for designing books through their company. I just entered the type of book I wanted to print, the size, how many pages, and within no time at all, I was designing. At this point, I opened up Adobe After Effects, imported the movie, and using my sketches as a guide, extracted various visual elements from the flick and put them together to create some panoramas. One great thing about Blurb's interface was that I could either isolate a single page from the book or double up and assemble two-page spreads, a technique that actually helped me condense a lot of the story. And the big things I needed to look out for included the safety copy margins where the company might cut the page during printing, and the text size. Now, you don't want any key visual information cut off, so if you do this, be sure to keep an eye on those margins. Any text in these areas is likely to be cut off on the final product, and interestingly enough, Blurb's app let me know whenever there was a possibility that this could happen and advised me to reorganize. Text size is always tough for me to determine, and in a book that has very little empty space, I needed to employ drop shadows to ensure that the white text could be legible when reading. 48 pages of work later, I had something resembling a children's book. This led to the final step, which is review and revision. As eager as I was to hit publish, I needed to check things over. Were the images aligned properly? Could I tell what was going on in each scene? Were there spelling or grammar errors? This stuff matters, and I actually found quite a few, mostly text alignment and spacing issues, which I did my best to revise and finalize. A good trick I learned for spotting errors was to review the book on different monitors and in different settings. Something about looking at your work with different lighting and at different elevations makes you look at it harder, and you're less likely to skim over typos and mistakes. Finally satisfied that everything in the book was cleaned up and ready to go, I exported a finished PDF file and uploaded it to Blurb and let their storefront software take over. Getting a book on the public market requires an International Standard Book Number, or ISBN, which in my corner of the world can be obtained from the US ISBN agency. These can be bought in bulk or as singles, but if you don't mind giving the exclusive publishing rights over to a print-on-demand service, several of them offer these for free. I wasn't comfortable with that, so I bought my own. From that point, it was just a matter of having a printed proof copy delivered to me for final review, and yada yada yada. Today is Spaceship Day, the children's book, available for public purchase. On that note, by far the biggest downside to print-on-demand services is the huge markup price. Selling this thing on the public market means charging an arm and a leg, and I will see almost none of this money in my pocket at the end of the day. Glowing review, right? But it is true, you're not going to be making a fortune if you go this route. But like I said, I wasn't really worried about the money, I just wanted to throw something together quickly and easily. Voila. All in all, putting a book like this together, it was a really fun experience. I've never done anything like this before. It got me thinking a lot about visual design and telling stories through still images as opposed to video or animation. Still have a lot to learn in those areas, but this was a neat way to experiment. Making a kid's book like this and self-publishing, it all seems very intimidating, but it really doesn't have to be. There are so many print-on-demand services out there these days that anybody can do it, and hopefully today I've helped to maybe demystify the entire process. Will I make another AI story in the future? I don't know. Other creators are starting to get into the game. Surreal Entertainment, I saw the other day, is throwing his hat into the ring. I want to focus more on narrative stuff that comes from here. And to that end, all of this merch, it isn't just some kind of cheap money grab, I promise. Every time you support me by picking up a t-shirt or a coffee mug or anything else from my merch page, the proceeds help me to fund my next film. Thank you again for all of the love that you have shown to Today is Spaceship Day and my channel in general the past few weeks. You all are awesome. In case you are new to my channel, I put together a playlist with some of my better videos. Feel free to check those out. And hey, did this video inspire you to start working on your own children's book? Don't just listen to some loser like me. Why not get expert advice from professionals by visiting Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community with over 25,000 classes in business, technology, and in keeping with this video, creative design. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to high-quality courses so that you can improve your skills, unlock new opportunities, and do the work you love. You might check out this class on graphic illustration by Olympia Zagnoli, where you'll learn how to boldly design with color and shape, two major elements of books for children. Skillshare is less than $10 a month. It's a great investment if you want to get educated by learning practical skills you can use in your creative endeavors. To join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today, use this special offer. Visit the link in the description and get 2 months of unlimited access to over 25,000 classes for free. Act now for this special offer and start learning today.